Welcome back to my channel. Here I make homemade vegan recipes, and today I'm making chocolate filled biscuits that I made for dinner a couple of weeks ago, and they went down an absolute treat, so I thought I would share how I came to it and the process for that recipe here. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more of my little cooking adventures. And without further ado, let's get started. For ingredients, you're going to need some vegan butter, some sugar, some flour, some vegan chocolate spread. I'm using the crunchy Vigo, it's absolutely delicious, some baking powder, some vanilla extract, some cinnamon and nutmeg, and then I'm going to use some salt as well, and I'm going to make a little compote out of some apples. So I've got two here, some lemon juice and some syrup, and a splash of water, but you can use applesauce instead if that's easier for you. I just like to make it fresh. So there are your ingredients. To make the applesauce, we're going to chop up 2 apples into fine cubes and pop them in a pan. As you can see, I'm just dicing my apples up here. And then I'll be adding a splash of lemon juice. I've got bottled lemon juice, you can use fresh, as well as a good squeeze of agave syrup and a splash of water to get that cooking. Then I'll be putting this on the stove on a high heat with the lid on and letting that simmer for about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, checking every so often and giving it a stir and adding a bit more water so that the apples don't burn. After a while they should get soft, and just using my spoon I will start to squish those down so that we get a nice saucy texture. So once you've got a consistency like you can see here, I like a few chunks but all the apples soft, you're done, and you can pop that aside. And then I'm going to grease my cookie dish. You can use any shape you like. I'm using a shell shaped dish and preheating the oven to 180 degrees Celsius on fan mode. Then I'm adding 6 tablespoons of sugar to a bowl, as well as a teaspoon of vanilla extract, as you can see here. And then I'll be adding half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, as well as half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, just to add some nice flavors that complement the apple. Then I'll be adding a good pinch of salt into the mixture, along with 3 tablespoons of vegan butter. And then I'm creaming all of that together so they're all well combined and the flavors are well distributed. This is the sort of texture you're looking for once everything is creamed together. At this point, I'll be adding in 3 tablespoons of the applesauce mix and mixing that into the wet ingredients before slowly adding in my flour. So I'm using a cup of plain flour in this recipe, and I'm adding it in spoonfuls, mixing it in, then adding some more. You should get a sort of dough that holds together but is still quite sticky and wet. Once your dough has come together nicely like this, you can add in a teaspoon of baking powder. Once baking powder touches moisture, it starts to activate. That's why I add it at the end, and really make sure that's mixed well into your dough. Now you're ready to make your cookies. So using wet hands makes this easier, but using about half of the dough, you want to line your biscuit tray and make little wells, as you can see here, in each caveat, because you want to leave space to add in your chocolate spread. Now you can add in your vegan chocolate spread. I'm just using about half a teaspoon to dollop in that spread into each of the wells, as you can see here. Then using wet hands again, and the other half of the dough, I'm covering up my little biscuits and sealing the edges by tapping them in together into the mold. Once they're all sealed up, you're ready to pop this in the oven, and you want to bake this for about 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. So as you can see, they turn nice and golden and rise and fluff up into lovely biscuits with a delightful treat in the middle.